All right, everybody, welcome back, and we're gonna do like something a bit different today. So one of the changes that they have done with the new update, right, and it is the custom difficulty nerf. So we're gonna start. I started a custom difficulty game. It's not gonna be like super difficult. I just want to go over the changes with you guys and then get your guys' thoughts on it, guys and gals, you know, either way. But because it's one of the things that is a bit divided in the community right now as to whether or not people like it or don't like it. So the custom difficulty changed to where it was 80% chance or 80% reduced rewards if you play on custom difficulty, right? And apparently the devs did this because they said that they didn't want people cheesing to make a lot of money, because you could up the rewards and just farm money, farm levels without playing the game as they intended, which would have been the, you know, finding the ghost type, because you could cheese a lot of the things and make more and more money that way, right? And that's what the devs did not want to do. So their response was to lower the rewards for custom difficulty by 80%. And what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because I can give you mine. All right, mine is going to be I like doing custom difficulty. I would change to do things like on one evidence runs. When I streamed on Twitch, sometimes I would go and do one evidence runs because I thought that, you know, it would be better that way. It really tests your knowledge, really sort of does a bunch of stuff like that. So that is and you know, it's like they got rid of the rewards for it to where it's not as like enticing to do that, especially when you're getting 80% less. And I don't think cutting the rewards by 80% was like the smartest idea. I don't think it was like as much thought I felt like they could have done more. Like if the whole goal was to be able to, okay, well, we want people to play the game, which they like, well, give them better rewards or the full rewards if they find the ghost correctly, instead of the cheese where you're just going to go and do whatever you want. You're just going to ignore the ghost, you're just going to find the bone, take a picture of it, maybe take a picture of the cursed item, take what you got and leave. Maybe try to complete some easy objectives versus anything else. And I don't think that cutting it by 80% was like just the smartest thing to do in that regard. I think at the very least, why not limit the multiplier to like 4 times? So if Nightmare was 4 times as effective, which let's see, I don't think it touched anything else, but I'm just mainly talking about, as we have dots, I'm mainly just talking about here the custom difficulty, right? I'm trying to figure this out. So but the 4 times difficulty reward I think would work better even for custom difficulty. Like just create a cap for it, right? Instead of, well, I'm just going to cut the rewards by 80%, even if you make the game harder than Nightmare, or just create certain like different challenges have different weights to it, because you know they put the multiplier in because they wanted people to use custom difficulty at first, right? That was sort of what they wanted. They wanted people to play the custom difficulty, so to play it where they're going to give you a higher reward for it, which makes sense. And then I felt like they went a bit overboard with the custom difficulty, like what you can control, because I think the main thing that people wanted was like the ability to have no evidence runs, the ability to start your sanity off at 0, just like the little things versus all this other stuff like controlling the player and ghost speed. Like I think it can be pretty fun. I don't really mess with it that much, but it can also be like really annoying. I don't think it was that necessary. Like if you wanted to avoid cheesing the game, like I think that would have been the better option. Like why put all that stuff in? Just create limiting customs, but instead they put so much in to affect more things. And I'm not sure that was the right approach anyways, because then you have people cheesing the stuff, right? And let's see if we can get the spirit box here. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Okay, so it is here. So we have dots and spirit box. But I don't like the 80%. Now, I'm not one to where let's say, so the counter argument is they want people to play the regular difficulties, which is perfectly fine. Like, they want people to progress through that way, but why not just cap it at the nightmare one, no matter what you do your difficulties on? Just cap it at 4, which you could say, well, you're going to make more money that way, which I think is true, but I think reducing it by 80% is not the way to go. And you'll see like sort of how it looks like here in the end. So hopefully we're going to get the ghost right. That is the main goal, just to sort of see like just how much lower. Now I think our multiplier is on like 3 times or so. Where is this stuff at? Because it's not messing with anything, or well, it messed with stuff, I just don't know where it is. It's throwing me off. But yeah, let me know what you think about the custom difficulty. Like, do you like the nerf and the changes to it? Do you think it could have been done better? Is there anything like sort of better off with it? Like, I'm fine with them nerfing the custom difficulty. That I have absolutely no problem with. I just don't agree with the way that they went about it. Now, will it stop people from doing any challenges or keep doing that? No, not really. I don't think so. I think it'll stop people from using custom difficulty as often, or maybe doing Nightmare but their own challenges on Nightmare versus using the custom difficulty. So it's like, I don't think the change was necessarily for the good with it. Which, did the ghost move out here? Do we just have 2 separate ones? Fingerprints. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that so we can see what we have. But so that's like the main thing with it. Like, I don't agree with the cutting it by 80%. I think they could have capped it at 4 or gave you more rewards for finding the ghost, which we are going to get more rewards for finding the ghost. They did do that, but as long as when it comes to custom. Which the rumor is that they may be changing things in the future as well and adding more difficulties, like a no evidence or 1 evidence, maybe even no sanity, and giving you the higher rewards for it, which I really hope they do. And I think that that'll like solve the problems. But right now it just seems like they did such a drastic change for, you know, like for what reason, right? Like, was that completely necessary? So like, see, well, we got the 3.4 multiplier, so we're like, oh cool, we're gonna make 122. No, we're only gonna make $24, other than the fact that we got a spirit box response as a daily reward. So that's just 3.4, which obviously you could do more in Nightmare. I just wanted to use this as an example so you guys can also see like how the custom difficulty like sort of is with it, right? Because there it is, right? You got the custom difficulty minus 80%, so you're only making, well, I think we made like $24 instead of the 25. And when you eat, and it's going to be the same for no matter how much higher you go, it's still gonna minus it. So you're gonna get a little bit more, but still not as much as playing Nightmare, even though you might be risking more. Like, if you do a no sanity run, there's higher likelihood you're gonna die versus just doing Nightmare. So like I said, let me know your thoughts. That's my thoughts about the custom difficulty. I don't like the change. I think it could have went about better. I think it could have had more thought into it. I think like capping it at just 4, even times 4, at least so you're getting the same rewards as Nightmare, even if you want to go higher, because it's like, okay, we know you want to go higher, or if you do, but we'll just leave it at times 4. Why still do less than 80%? Or I think a cap really, or only letting certain things really drastically affect the rewards, or earning more for finding the ghost. Like, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys want. But there is one thing that I do like about this update. That is going to be the crucifix change. It's at least a little bit better. If you do not know about that or want to see what that is, I do have a video right here. Check it out. Like the video if you guys liked it, and I will see you all next time.